It's gonna happen quite a few times.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Rowdy Ones. This evening we have Ron the Don Dizon, and we have Steve. So if you don't know, if you didn't catch the story that we posted today before recording this, Ronnie has been coaching SNAFU for the past 2 events, correct, Ron?
2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons, basically.
2 seasons. Oh,
yeah.
My bad. Past 2 seasons. And then we have Steve over here, who is the owner of SNAFU.
Yep.
So,
and who's the kitty?
This one's Harley.
Harley. I like it. I always big fan of cat appearances.
There's gonna be a couple more wandering around probably. Oh, dude, go.
How many cats do you have?
3.
Oh boy.
Yep.
It's all right. I'm like,
well, 2 are sisters, so you can't have one that doesn't have company, and then got Buddy because I can't have all females. Gotta
and
have
3,
right?
3 cats is way less work than 2 cats and a dog, Ronnie. So
for sure, dude. Having a dog,
self-sustainable, dude.
and I know what you mean, Steve, about all the women in the house. I have 2 cats here, both girls. I have my wife and my daughter. It's a lot,
You got to have a little testosterone. I mean,
I'm trying to keep it pumping.
Away from
That's funny.
Well,
we're gonna have to start looking into TRT, right?
No. I'm still pumping on my own, man. I'm solid.
Good. Ronnie's 33. I'm 40.
I'm 40, but my body's feeling good still. So
good.
I did use a little peptides, to heal some injuries a little faster. But outside of that, I'm completely natural with everything. My body's still holding up. I think the trick is to just never stop.
Yeah, very true.
He's all natural until you get to the hotel snacks. He's got a lot of nice stuff that's artificial.
Sticks, dog.
But those are hindrances, not health.
Yeah.
So.
It balances it.
yeah, exactly.
That's like my issue with ice cream. I got to have like a pint of ice cream before I go to sleep every night.
It's pretty ridiculous. He's pretty consistent on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I'm more.
You'd be proud of me. Like I only had 1 pint of ice cream the entire time we were prepping for the Max event.
Our one buddy, Fatty, that used to play with me on the Philly Americans, we all used to live together, and there was a 6-month period where he made sure to eat ice cream every day. There's times he didn't, and he was like, "Oh, I got to! I set a goal."
Was there a specific flavor?
No, he just needed to get ice cream.
His goal was ice cream every day.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of ice cream, if anyone hasn't tried the Rice Krispie ice cream sandwiches yet, they're too good.
No.
They're sold out everywhere here, man.
No, they're everywhere around here. I'd ship them to you.
I know. You might have
to ship them to you.
You might have to ship them with dry
ice. Perfect because they didn't keep the Rice Krispies too thick. There's just the right amount of Rice Krispie. They still got some chew and the vanilla ice cream.
I've watched about 100 ASMR videos of people eating those.
Oh, they're pretty snap, crackle, poppy. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to make my own.
That's what Britt said. Oh, they'll be better.
Yeah, you got the ice cream machine.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I can make like homemade vanilla with I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.
With extra marshmallows.
nice having you on, Ron.
Hell yeah.
Well, back on the tracks.
Tangent.
Yeah, that was great. That was like the best intro, diversion we've ever had. That was awesome. No, so we wanted to have you guys on because, I think it's really awesome what y'all just did. Y'all won correct me if I'm wrong, the last 2 Max events. Was it both D4 and D5?
Just D5.
Just D5 for the last 2. D4 also won.
All D5. Since he was D5, the most recent Max event, the championship was D5, as well as the 3rd event for Max.
You guys playing for slips?
3 weeks after.
You guys should play. Got to play for slips. Roster flips divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it looks like it's gonna be.
Wow, that's cool.
But they also don't get there without what we all do together throughout the rest of the season.
Right.
So 2 of the guys, it's their first season playing tournament paintball, and they're killing it. They're dedicated. They buy in, and it works.
it's such a blessing to have an organization as opposed to just a team. The ability to shift pieces around and to have a bigger group of people to give input and help each other out and build a bigger community. I just think it's where winning is born. It starts with that. It's a much harder road if you're just trying to do it as a single team.
For sure. Good habits, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just limits opportunities too, the more people that you can have in your organization with all the same common goal, you can, have outreach in more places, get seen more, be able to enter more things, play more, have more opportunities to play. When you're playing against each other, it's not just, I'm playing against these 5 guys. I know exactly how these 5 guys play. They could be better or worse than me, but it still doesn't play out like a real paintball game does, because I'm playing against the exact same tendency every single time.
Over and over.
And when you have a whole organization, you get all the different looks without having to step outside of it. So you get to kind of keep it in house, but still get all the benefits.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think our most productive practices when I'm working with these guys, and we'll get into the history of how I, linked up with them, but the most productive ones is when we play each other, because we have honest, real feedback, and you're able to test your guys, but also like with the amount of people that they have around, and like you said, the big organization versus just one single team, it's like they're there and like with the same end goal of like helping each other, versus like, when you play a team and they're just like, I'm not going to tell you if you bounced me, and then it just changes everything.
And you have the unique opportunity as well to, try out different combinations of people that maybe wouldn't have gotten a chance to play together. Yep. And sometimes styles mesh so well that you wouldn't be on paper the best look, but you had all these opportunities. It's like, wow, that worked out better than I would ever thought.
Yeah. 100%.
So real quick, Steve, what made you want to own a paintball team, much less technically two?
I mean, it's not really owning. We do it together. There's a few of us that kind of help out with getting everything done, because it's a lot between starting the season with 16 players, getting all the entries done, setting up scrims, getting paint, getting it to the field, everything like that. It's between about 4 of us that kind of make bigger decisions, but then everything else is as a team. Yo, you guys gotta chill.
No, I like it.
Keep it going.
That one,
like we want to be on a show too.
yeah, they do. So yeah, it's a few of us that do it, and there's no ownership. Everybody pays in. Everybody that's on the team pays the same amount every month. Nice. We have to get more skids of paint. Everybody pitches in, so it's an equal ownership between everybody that's on the team.
Yeah, it's an organizational committee.
Everybody that's showing up is we all put in. We pay the same whether it's my back player or is my front player. They all pay the same. We're not having anyone pay extra for paint or buy individual cases. It's a lot easier to just get everything at once and just have the players worry about showing up. What we tell them when they sign up for the season is the only things you guys got to do is show up and want to learn and make your payments. That's it. We take care of everything else. We set up the scrimmages. We set up the coaching. Get the other teams out from different areas to give us different looks. Because, like I said, if we play the same set of people all the time, then we know their tendencies. And we have a few teams like that at Blast Camp, like the BC Boys. It's always us and them that are there. And then same thing with Riot. They're always out as well. And we get comfortable with those play styles. But then it's also learning how to make the deficiencies we have into strengths, right? Because if they keep on catching us on certain things, then it forces you to get better.
Yep.
Awesome.
For sure. And I think it's important to know too, like outside of organization, another huge thing to have is, be from a hub of paintball. And what makes a hub of paintball is great fields and being able to have Blast Camp and a plethora of other fields around. Now you kind of have like a grassroots paintball movement happening, and now you have a bigger player pool to pull from as well. So a huge shout out as always to all the field owners who, put so much time and energy and, keeping us happy. And sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. So, that the effort doesn't go unseen, and it's what allows, organizations to win in any division.
True.
So that's all incredible. Kind of like you said, there's not really an ownership of the team. Everyone kind of just buys in, and I think that's an incredible atmosphere to create, right? Because you're going to find people that want it more, right? Like now you're putting actual skin in the game. It's not like, oh, I've made the team, I'm showing up. It's like, no, I got to put skin in this game. Like my money's on the line, my playtime's on the line. Like it adds a whole different atmosphere, I would feel like, in that it just makes I would think, a much more blended, smooth operation of a team.
And it does. It absolutely does. And we mix the guys in everywhere, and it's, I don't know, when everyone buys in, it makes a huge difference. You always end up losing some people along the way because real life always happens. Either
Yeah.
people get injured or maybe some family stuff, work stuff. So, and it's all understandable. Frustrating for sure because you do things. It's like, okay, we got this amount of people, we got this monthly, and if these people are showing up, then this is what we're going to get. There's always the road bumps, right? But you just got to adapt along the way.
100%.
Sure.
I would I'd love it if you could just give us like a quick rundown of like how you got into paintball, you know, how long you've been playing, and like how long ago you started SNAFU.
Playing for about maybe 4.5 years. It was first time I played was June of 2021. One of my friends that's also on the team, one of my best friends, best man at my wedding.
And post COVID player. That's a
It was
generation, you know.
just
Post
at-
start of
just
COVID,
at
you
the
know.
end, yeah. But it was a blast. I went by his place and shot his market at EMEC and ETHA, and I was like, he told me that I'm going to be using like a rental. It would be a Tipman, or you can get an upgrade, whatever. I was like, no, we're going to go to the store, and I'm gonna get a marker. So
Wait, really?
first
You went
setup-
out and you just bought one right away? I didn't even know this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
that's
benefits
cool.
of being an adult. You know?
Adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Adult money.
Yep.
Adult money.
So went to Discount Paintball in Elk Grove Village and picked up a full setup. Got a axe, Ninja SL77, rotor, and a pack, and went to play paintball.
Did you get a mask? Because
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I don't know. I borrowed my buddy's mask.
Okay.
I borrowed one of Tommy's masks, and then went.
Because I would say
had a
to anyone like getting into paintball for the first time or thinking about like going from like a rental player into a player with their own gear, I always recommend buying a mask before anything else. I just think it's the biggest, like, you know, just benefit that you can get, just like a quality of life improvement over anything. You know, to not be fogging up on the field. You're just going to have more fun when you play. To not have someone else's gross, sweaty, pimply skin juices all over your face. It's just a benefit all the way around. Clear lenses. So I always say, if you have any money to spend it on a mask, and you can get good masks for, you know, pretty reasonable prices compared to a lot of the gear out there. So that's just a quick tip and trick I would like to always give, you know.
Yep.
Love it.
So then
I
after that, I think that went to Chicago like right after that. I think it was in September. So found out about tournament paintball, and then bought a TM40 at the event. So upgraded right away.
Yeah.
Not a boy.
Yeah.
Expedited mission. I like it.
Then just from there, we played indoor at Power with me and my friend Tommy, and just started finding people. And of course, jumping on with two people gets a little difficult, especially when it's like our first time playing. We're beginners and just learning, so had to find other people. So I just would randomly walk up to other people that were there either by themselves or with like two other guys and be like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? John. So I met Big John and Kyle there, Ron, and just started things rolling. So we wanted to compete because you can't, if I'm learning a skill set, I want to be able to compare it to others, right?
Yep.
So competing is, of course, the next logical step. The first season was quite embarrassing. But
So any team changed, like name changes along the way, or were you SNAFU from the beginning?
SNAFU from the beginning.
So SNAFU, military term,
Yes.
situation normal, all
fucked up. Absolutely.
attaboy.
And it still applies at times too. Right, Ron?
You're damn right at that.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You guys stress me. But it's good stress, right, Ryan? Good stress.
The best.
No,
stress.
not sometimes. No, not sometimes. Not sometimes. Bad stress sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Better
Um,
than
I
most
wouldn't
other
trade it.
stresses.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. You guys are
Better
awesome.
than most other
The
stresses.
same.
No, that's great. So, Ron, you've been with him for, I messed this up in the beginning. My apologies. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
You've been coaching
So-
him for 2 seasons.
Well, basically, like how we kind of ended up meeting is the first time I met you was at a drill night ball situation,
Yeah.
right, Steve? We were
Yep.
just playing some one-on-ones, hanging out, and then I announced at Paintball Explosion I was going to do these like Saturday drill sessions where I would just go there for 3 hours, teach a lesson. Like today was running and shooting. We're going to learn 3 hours of running and shooting. First guys that were at the door were him and Tommy, and they were there at like before the doors even opened every single Saturday. And
Wow.
it went from them being there to them bringing their whole team to eventually it was like they were sold out and it was just their team every single month. And I was like, this is sweet, you know? And then what I think that's how it transitioned to playing the Blast Camp series, right? Is that you guys wanted to take, you know, a coaching situation on full time and then we kind of just worked from there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, we had 2 seasons, and then we were D5 for 3 seasons, Ron. That was
yeah,
so
yeah.
the 13 weeks.
Well, I missed
of
the
those
first one.
clinics. Yeah, first 2.
Yeah,
two
the first 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yep. And then 13 weeks with Ronnie, 3 hours a week every Saturday. It was Ronnie, Zach Patient, Caleb Abel, Vaz. Help me with his last name, Ron.
I don't
That's
even know how to
quiz.
say his last name, brother.
Billy
No, it's
Shreds
Vasilios
and another guy. Yeah, and they worked us in the best possible way, and it definitely shows. It definitely shows.
So how long were you guys a team before you started getting coached by a professional player?
2 seasons.
2 seasons. I would
Being
love
coached
to.
by anybody.
Okay, yeah,
Being
of
coached
course.
by anybody. We were doing it by ourselves, and it's like, yeah, this makes no sense. We need a coach
Yeah.
because nobody wants. Everyone has their own idea. They
Yeah.
want to do this. I'm going to do this, and then when you got 5 people with 5 different plans on the box, things never really go.
Yeah, when everyone's
right
pulling in
way.
different directions, you're not
Yeah.
going anywhere, kind of thing.
Yep.
But I definitely would like to hear, you know, more of the perspective on. Obviously, you didn't have a coach before, so I'll modify the question a little. But like, how is it to be coached by like a player at the top of his game that's been competing at the pro level, winning world championships, as a lower divisional player? Is it because I could see it going one of 2 ways? It's like as a coach, you either coach the right way right away, or you work within like a system of abilities, and then until you slowly grow that. So like, was it overwhelming at first, or was it just like, oh, this is like, you know, the expedited college course I'm going through for this? And then I'd also like to hear from you, Ronnie, like how, if you change your coaching styles based on those things, or what you've learned through coaching different situations like that.
Yeah.
I feel that Ron used he did adapt for different players and player styles because people need different types of coaching. But it was 100% that expedited college course because it's great to learn from people that are better from you anywhere. But there's definitely a right and there's definitely a wrong way to do things in terms of the fundamentals and technique. And then just they would put out different options. So why would you go to the 300 and look inside if you know that this is happening instead of just getting low and looking to wrap and bump up to get better angles on it? So just making higher IQ decisions right away.
I'm
So
really
learning
glad to hear
what
this.
if and why,
Yeah.
if the ifs and whats and whys, the right way much quicker
I
instead of
think
having to
that's
guess or
hugely
being told
important.
wrong information, right? Because if we're getting coached by a D3 player, then they're going to be telling us to do things that might be absolutely incorrect.
I get, yeah, that's kind of the way I feel. Like you're not, you know, hiring someone to dumb down their work, right?
Oh, for
If
sure.
you're going to hire the best, you want them to give you everything that they have. And then if you don't grasp it all, that's okay. You can slowly start doing that. But when a leader starts dumbing something down because of expectations, it's a loss from the start.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, just to build off of what Steve said and to answer your question, Ryan, there are, you know, like I've been coaching local events for a long time, like a decent amount of time. And the thing I realized over the years of coaching the different divisions is because every player is starting at where they are, is like, okay, like I can explain this concept of containment to Steven and it clicks right away. Right. And then he puts it into maybe 1 or 2 tries or 3 tries when he starts to understand and fulfilling what I would like to see from it. Right. But then there's other players where it's like, okay, like containment's not even in their vocabulary of what they need to do. It's going right over their head. Right. And to Steve's point is like, if you have a D3 player just telling them the whole general team to contain, well, like some of those guys don't even know what that means. Some of them are like, we're good. And then no one's on the same page. So it's like, you kind of got to see the cues of like, when you say that to that person, like, you know, in their eye and the way they ask questions is like, okay, this person's not getting it, you know? So then you got to really go like, okay, first of all, do you know how to hold your gun left-handed? Okay, we're starting there. And then do you know how to shoot a lane? Okay, this is where we need to be at with you, right? So I think, you know, Steve's an example. He watches more paintball than, I mean, every time I've ever been on a phone call with you, you're like, yeah, I'm watching 2017 Russians versus Infamous. It's like, bro, you're going through the Rolodex of matches, you know, and you're obsessed with it. You love it, you know? And I think that helps you understand the concepts that I have to implement with you. So it's easier to coach you versus, you know, somebody who maybe doesn't have enough time to do that, or they choose not to. And then it's like, okay, we have to like kind of start from A with you to figure out where we're going. Right. So it is adapting to the different players' IQs and skill sets, and then going from there and letting them play within their boundaries. But if I can see the ceilings higher, it's like, all right, time to show you some more stuff, you know?
And also the adapting is just kind of learning different ways to teach different people too, because it's really your job to get them all at the same point as quickly as possible, or just like, you know, increase their skill sets as quickly as possible. So it's your job also to figure out what each person needs. So if one person is falling behind, sometimes it could just be because they haven't like seen it the right way. And obviously it could be an innate skill too. And that's where it gets tricky. That's why where any sport gets tricky. I mean, there is, you know, physical attributes, mental attributes, that it's not just about practice. The practice can make you your best player. It can make you exceed your skill set, but it can't make you necessarily better than someone else. So
yeah. I mean, that's a great way to put it, because at the end of the day, like, you know, especially with blind layouts, the way Blast Camp does it, it's like when we get to the tournament, you know, and you've seen how these games go, even in our division, it's like these matches are 1-point games, 2-1, 1-0, you know, especially in their division where it's race to 4. It's like there are 4 chances potentially to even do this, maybe even 1, right? So, you know, when it comes down to those blind layouts and, you know, we put the work in, we did as much as we could, and the players did. We get there, we try to come to a common ground. And if the player isn't caught up at that time, and, you know, Steve and I talk about it, we're playing to win, you know? So maybe that player doesn't see the field, right? But that all comes from the prior preparation and their obsession with trying to fix and get better at this. And with me being an open book to these guys, it's like, there is nothing stopping the players from calling me and saying, I don't know how to do this, and we need to, like, I need your help. And I'm 100% there for it. Right. So, I think that's also like a good part of why their organization is doing well, is the fact that they have a lot of guys who really want to be good at this game, you know? And that's, you can't ask for that. They have to want it, you know?
Yeah. And I could tell you that from, you know, the weekend that day we went up and, you know, kind of had an open practice. I could see the passion in that whole team. And that's what's cool. You could look around, they're competing hard. They're getting frustrated when things aren't working out, but they're all having a great time. They're all smiling. They're all telling stories. The brotherhood there, the camaraderie is there. And that's so important. So we do this because we love it. You know, you talked about Steve watching random videos. I mean, I'm jealous because he has all these years to catch up on.
Yeah.
that there was, because I know to this day, me and you still watch, you know, random videos at night sometimes when you're bored or want that, or if we're not watching like current game film, like, yeah, I still watch that because I'm a paintball fan. The only reason like I fell in love with the sport and stayed in the sport, and this is my 23rd year pro playing this sport, and I still, you know, am so deep in it because I love it. It's because it's not a chore. And that is like a special missing ingredient. And I think it's a, a blessing that paintball has given us, because it's pretty unique in a lot of ways to allow competition, outside of school or organized sports, traditional sports in a sense. But it's also highly skilled, so there's something to work towards. There's always something to try to better yourself at, and it's entertaining, it's niche. You can get as deep in it as you want, and if you have the right mindset for it and you love it enough, then it can be there for you for everything, because there is a lot of paintball all around, and there's a lot of people that we can introduce to it and that I think will fall in love with it too.
And it's all ages too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I started when I'm 35. We
Yeah.
have another guy on our team who played paintball the first time in 1991,
1991,
and he's starting to play again.
Yeah,
We have a father and son team. We have a 16-year-old guy, and those guys 36 years old, his dad, and they get to compete right now and win together. You don't get to do that in many other sports.
I thought one of the coolest things ever was when Tim Montrester, made the ICC. One of the first ones, I think it was actually the first one. There was a team that had like 4 generations on it. So there's
awesome.
I was like, it was just incredible to see like everyone on the field, like having a good time, like, and it was made so as an old person who could barely play and it didn't matter because the results didn't matter. It's spending that time and all still loving it, from kid to, near end of life.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Steve, do you still actively play in the tournaments with SNAFU?
Oh, absolutely. I've only been playing 4 years. I tell Ronnie all the time. I got what is it, 10,000 hours that I got to catch up on. So hence the reason why I'm consistently at the field, why I'm watching events back, because that's IQ. If I watch an event, then I'm learning why people are doing what. So I got a lot to catch up on, and only a little bit of time I'm going to be able to do it. So,
and I don't think that 10,000 hours, like I always hate it when people are like, oh, it's like you hit that and you're like, an expert in that. But no, I mean, that's just, I think it's the entry. It is. You could say it like that, but I also think it's a good talking point, because it means like, hey, you have to put all this time in, but the more time you put in, the more you get out of it as well. So it's 10,000 hours. Yeah. But like, the next 1,000 might be the most important 1,000, or it could be the next 1,000, or it could be 10,000 from there. And it could happen. Growth can happen at any time.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
So do you play D4, D5?
I play D4. I play as much paintball as I can. So if I get to play both Saturday and Sunday, like the max events, it's D4 on Saturday and D3 and D5 on Sunday. If I get to play both days, I'm stoked. So as much paintball as I get in, sign me up. I'm ready to go.
Something cool that we implemented this year was the D4 team play Saturday, and then I elect a player that I think, two things. Number one, if they balled out on Saturday, then you get the opportunity to play Sunday as well, right? Or if we find something that the Sunday line needs, which I think this event was kind of like both. Yeah. Like, hey, we don't have a strong Dorito side because this person's, not here or something. It's like, okay, well, these players were the Dorito side players for the D4 team, and it's between them, and I elect this person, and then they drop down, they play 2 days in a row, and now that person has played a tournament on that layout, right? And they get to do it again the next day. Like,
that's honestly just an incredible opportunity too. It's just another motivational thing that you can use, because that's such a good reward. For one, you're paying your dues, so like you said, like the one price is one price, so they're getting double the paintball because they earned it, right? It allows everyone something to work towards, and when a coach goes out of his way to let you know that he sees you when you do something good, that's motivational. No matter what you want to think, you might want to think like, oh, I can self-motivate myself, I can do this, I can do that. But like, it's so important, because like confidence is so important. It's so important to get it from everywhere you can, and that can be such a big confidence boost that it can not only help the D4 team win on Sunday, even though you're playing D5 the day before, but it can spark something inside of you to just always want to, like, if everyone on the team is trying to beat out the person next to them for good reasons, that's a good thing. If you're just hoping that they're not playing well so that you can get in, that's a bad way to do it. The results might still be the same, but the importance is everyone is putting in that same energy and that same effort to be the best, because it helps the entire team then. And then when it's someone else and it's not you getting pulled up, it's like, important to be happy for them and proud of them and, respect that, because next time you hope it can be you. But if it's not, it's like, give the person their flowers for earning it. So I think that's, I'm happy to hear you implemented that. And, the CXBL had something similar. They had the MXL, the Canadian Expo League. They had the MXL that played the day before, and you could always bring up one MXL player, or no, one CXL player to go down. Yeah. So, and then you could also go the other way with it. But it was cool seeing how teams like use that and like what teams like got out of that outside of on the field.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. Let's talk real quick. I want to touch on this. Y'all had a pretty interesting knockout in Cincy.
Which one?
Protocol. Yeah.
They beat them twice. They drew them twice. They had them in the limbs and in the quarters and beat them both times.
And that team works really hard, dude, with, Dan having a field in their backyard. Like those guys have no reason to not be winning, right?
And controversy aside, like, they have a top level pro coach. They were winning. They were, beating the brakes off of everyone. So to go in and, beat a team like that to get your win is such an important goal for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that goes. Yeah. I think that goes to show how hard these guys work, really, truthfully. Like, not having the resource of having a field in the backyard, but them showing up every single time to blast camp, and every time I'm there, they're there. Like, that's huge,
So blast camp is your home field. Shout out to Big Verge.
Yeah, Virgil's awesome.
His episode was awesome. I'm sorry I have missed the last couple, but I'm back. I'm ready to rip. It's been a busy month.
Shout out to Verge, dude. He's the man.
Yeah, Big Verge. So blast camp, Shell's home field. Where's everybody kind of based out of? That area? Do y'all have some people fly in?
No. We're all roughly right there. There's some people that are really close to blast camp. Maybe like some are like 15 minutes away. There's others that are like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm an hour away, like roughly flat, unless it's for drill night or night ball and I leave work. Then it's about a 2-hour ride. But everyone's roughly an hour away from Illinois anyways, and then the guys from Indiana are really close. So
awesome. So kind of all homegrown in the neighborhood kind of guys.
Yep.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So kind of interesting. I want to ask, what is as far as your team, what are some strong suits that y'all have that y'all like just really do well as a team, that y'all find just kind of what you excel at?
I think it's more off the field. Everyone has their individual skill sets on the field that make us decent at certain jobs, but it's our accountability. We hold each other accountable, and we also believe in each other and trust in each other. So being able to trust your teammate on the field behind you to watch your back or move you down the field is a huge asset. But otherwise, we have a lot of guys that can shoot off the break, that make it to their spots alive, that are quick, and are some monster gunfighters too. So it's pretty even. We all put in a lot of work to have some pretty well-rounded skill sets. The younger guys, of course, are going to be our ones. You're not going to catch me playing the Snake 1 unless there's like a really big problem. So,
yeah, you say that, dude, but you're like the most aggressive player.
That doesn't mean I want to go run and throw my body on the ground, Ron.
I mean, Steve, hands down, and this goes from Nate from Infamous too. You are like the most aggressive player, like at Nightball, at Weekend Warrior Weekend, even at the Max event. Like your top 5 for sure is aggression. You know what I mean? I think you and Moorhead, besides sharing what you got, Moorhead, you were born in 1985. Okay, you guys share the same year. You guys share the same aggression. It's pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
I got it. I mean, you have to trust your instincts, no, right?
100%. It's the only thing that
if
matters.
I read a seam, I gotta be able to trust that. And then if I come back in and you yell at me and say, "Why the hell did you do that?" then I guess I made a mistake. But if it works, then it works.
I think the more times a player chooses to bypass trusting their own instincts out of fear, out of whatever, the more times that they miss opportunities, the less often that opportunities present themselves to them.
Yeah.
Because if you're always looking for that small little, window and you
Perfect.
take it, now you're looking for that small window all the time, and windows become available all the time. But if you're waiting for the perfect window, those are few and far between. So you might be staying alive. You might be, doing what you think is right because you're not, taking risks. You're not hurting the team per se. But missing those windows does hurt the team because that's how you produce. That's how you get kills, or you put your team in a position to get kills. You make them uncomfortable, so they start dying. And I think too many players think it's like the game slowed down, but I think people's mentalities have slowed down because the game now, from Division 5 up to Pro, it's a truncated game that relies on almost perfection to win, and everyone's playing it slower. But I do think that was a mentality change more than a field change. They worry about a lot of things. I think limiting paint could help with some of that, but I think if people get it in their minds, to, especially in practice, to trust their instincts when they feel them, it's a skill set. It's a skill set. And what that means is you have to keep up on it. Like if you were an aggressive player and you start playing tentatively, you're not an aggressive player anymore because you have to remold your mind to think that way. You have to make it innate to hit those small windows. You can't really be thinking about it. You have to be feeling it. And when you start thinking about it is when you start missing them, and then you start playing slower. And now you're not even the player that you once were.
Yeah.
Very true.
For sure.
Well put.
Yeah,
I'm going snake off the break tomorrow, Steve.
6:58 snake off break. Yeah.
6:58 snake off break.
Who Ron? Whenever I was out in Chicago for the big game, we played Sunday. Who on SNAFU I was in that 1-on-2, and I was caught in the middle, and I went heads up with that guy. It was a guy you coached. And I made that tactical retreat, tried to get out wide. And you were like, oh, yeah, I coached that dude. That dude's really good.
That wasn't SNAFU, though.
Oh, wasn't?
No, that was like one of the BC Riot guys.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing is like I've been through so many generations of different organizations out here that it's like most of the divisions, at least one or two guys on the team I've had, a lot of time with. So I don't know. I like it because that's what I really want to do to this area is just to continue to make it competitive, and
make it aggressive.
Yeah, it's good for everyone.
Yeah. There's a great question on one of the stories real quick. I think it would go into well with this. It was actually from Pat McKenna.
That can't be a great question. It's an all right question coming up. Just kidding, Pat. I love you.
And marking this, we're gonna clip it. So from Pat, what is the mentality advantage to having a pro player coach your team? Like
that's a great question.
Like our mentality, or maybe about the other team's mentality.
I'd like you to hit on both.
Yeah,
I
would hear both.
Our mentality, honestly, I can speak for myself. I don't know. You'd have to ask the other guys. But for me, I don't know. I spend enough time with Ron on the field, and we'll talk off the field and shit like that too. So, for me, it's just having my coach. It's having my friend there, someone that I trust, telling me what to do. So for me, it doesn't. And of course, I trust his game plan more than I would anybody else's. Right. Then for the opposition, that's not my concern. If they're going to be worried because Ronnie's coaching us, then that's on them. They should be worried about just going out there and playing their best game, not because we got Ronnie as coach.
Yeah, no, don't tell them that, dude. Let them be afraid. Dude.
Yeah, that's fine. That's their job. I'm not worried about that. We're worried about going to play.
Mentality's everything. Mentality's everything. But what you pointed out, and what I think is the biggest thing in that is trust. It's just you need to have that trust.
Yeah. No, that's
Steve can mess up a decent amount of times, but he's laid enough bricks in front of me that I understand and know that they're good bricks, and those bricks are going to be a good foundation. So I trust him to go out there and do his thing, and you've become a really, really good player from when I first met you to what you are now, just understanding the concepts and the IQ. Dude, it's a pleasure. It's really cool to watch your career grow, and it's really awesome to watch the organization grow and actually have success.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
think that going from last year to this year, we didn't know if we'd do one line, two lines. No, we'll do two lines because then we have enough people no matter what at practice, and then we can help some of the other players that are looking for a spot that actually asked us to join the team. Then they have somewhere to go, and they, like I said, they buy in, they grow with us, and it's more a family than just a team because we all got each other's backs, whether it's on the field or off the field. Right? So
100%. And Ronnie, I guess to kind of go about this, what's it like for you? You just came off an event playing at the professional level,
Yep.
and then you turn around and you go and coach. What is this like for you? What is that mentality shift? Is there a mentality shift, or like what? Explain that process, because I find it kind of intriguing to go from one to the other, flipping
Player
around.
to coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've been doing it long enough where the shift is like pretty normal. Every year I've tried to at least coach a few events, because like Ryan said, you're re-teaching the game in different angles and different skill levels, where it's just going to keep reinforcing, me to become a better player, and think about the game in different lights. And, some events aren't going to be good and some events are going to be good, but I'm going to learn from those as well. So I think the biggest thing mentally that I do is just to go from my mindset as a player of like how I would play the field versus how we can utilize all the tools we have to play the field, and then have those kind of clash together and make something good of a game plan. Right. I don't think there's much adjustment for me. It's just basically putting the marker down and picking the clipboard up. But man, I want to play so bad sometimes.
Oh, it's so hard watching paintball sometimes.
It's so hard, right? Because when you're like watching something, you're like, man, if this was me, dude, I'd hit this shot and then I go here and then I crawl all the way down and I'd shoot this person. It's like
I love
all these
watching
things are
paintball,
fun.
but I think that all the time.
Yes, exactly.
But then also
Yeah.
when we had nightball, we had a good amount of time on this layout, which we don't get because the rest are blind. So Ron was coaching us. He played the first drill night a little bit, just wasn't feeling that great, and then was coaching us coming over to plays and trying to figure the rest of the field out. So last Wednesday he played nightball and just played the D side just to figure it out. So having the opportunity for your coach to actually get on the field and decipher a certain portion of the layout on his own, it's a huge benefit. Like, because there's not a lot of coaches, even professionally, there's not a lot of coaches that can get out there behind the gun and run a route to a bunker and get up and start pumping a lane, right? So
the nuances of route running are pretty vast.
Right.
It's a very undersold aspect that's really important for survival. But outside of that, you're right. It's having someone that currently plays. It doesn't even matter at a high level, but they understands, the struggles, the small struggles, whether it could be, pain issues or, looking into the sun on a play, or just the small things that you think of that are outside the game plan, but still affect the way the game plan should be written up and executed.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, to Steve's point, right? Like we, the layout dropped, we were able to like work on it all weekend. And then the tournament was coming up. Nightball was happening, appreciate nightball for all that's worth, because it's, those nights really helped. That night really helped me figure out some things about the layout. And I went there with the intention of, okay, we got the snake side basically figured out, but the Dorito side was so hard. And, it's hard at any field. If the Dorito side's on a really hard way to watch, like just to go over there and watch, you can only watch so much until you go back to the snake side. So for me, I was like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just fly down that side. And I'm just going to see what the possibilities are. And then I'm going to tone it back and see if I could deliver it to them in a way where it's like, okay, here's your options, And then by doing that, now we have the whole picture painted, and going into the event, and having everyone buy into that, you can't ask for any more. So I agree, right? It's like if you can get somebody out there to understand what the players are going through, not just like looking at a clipboard and then talking about it, and then if they don't understand a concept, like how do you not understand it? It's like being in their shoes really, really changes the outcome of how you deliver the information of like, I've been there. Yeah, that's kind of tricky right there. So maybe just, do this instead, So
Yeah. And that's awesome that that SNAFU gets to have that aspect, right? Because because there's always, it's great. Like you said, it's totally different once you step on the field and start going to work, right? It's like a battle plan. Your battle plan is great on paper, but when it really comes down and it starts flying, then everything is totally changing, and usually at a very high rate and fast pace, right? So I think that's really great that they get to utilize that, and then you get to utilize it as well to turn into that clipboard, right?
Yeah.
So no, that's incredible. I love that. So kind of touched on that real quick. So how many wins has happened for SNAFU since the start? Kind of like, what was the progression like? Because now y'all had a series win this year, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Our first 2 seasons, we finished just about dead last. So barely scoring any points, things like that. But moving forward, after the clinics and everything, last season, we took a 3rd place and a 1st place. And then this season, we have 2 1st place finishes at max. We won Cincinnati. So,
yeah.
Dude.
It's good.
It's awesome.
Proud.
Shows,
Not satisfied. Yeah.
So if there's anything, if you need any testimonials for any future coaches, let us know.
Flip
If
this
we
for
let you go.
Ron.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible. What a progression. Sorry, Rye. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we're not here to promote Ronnie, and everyone knows that he's awesome.
Bidding wars.
It's the hard work plus the good leadership that adds together. It's not one or the other.
Yeah.
Well, I will say a funny story. D4 Saturday. This is funny. D4 Saturday. They actually we made it on past the prelims, and then we won that game. We went to the quarters, and then we lost that game to a major swing point. One of our players shot a guy, got hit in the loader, and then played on for a little bit, and the ref called a major. It was a swing point under 60. We were literally steps from winning that point, right?
Tied up.
So heartbreaking that. What's that?
And tied up. That was the game point.
Yeah, exactly. So that would have been, the difference. We're getting we're getting degeared and everyone's hanging out, and I look over and a bunch of my buddies made it to the semifinals. Do you remember Kirk Wozni? He played on Aftershock. Him, my buddy Andy Chang, guys who I hang out with on the regular, Marco, all these guys that I kind of grew up with playing with, kind of, I look over, I'm like, hey, Steve, I'm going to go help them out. He's like, yeah, sure, we're out, so why not? Walk over there, came in, 4th quarter coach, semifinal game, final game, and then they won. So like I like helped them with that win, and then to like go from that feeling and then doing it again the next day on the exact same field and celebrating, I'm like, man, this is an unforgettable weekend, dude. Like this is like
awesome, man.
It was really, really cool. And like Saturday or Monday morning, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to go, like, I didn't get to play paintball. I'm going to go do something. I rode my bike on the lakefront, and like, I was smiling the entire way, like through my entire ride, just thinking about like, man, like, even though I didn't play, I had like a World Cup emotional like level of happiness. It was crazy. So, I don't know. I think it was an awesome weekend for a lot of Midwest paintball, and especially for our group of guys. And, I'm really happy with where they came,
Dude, that's awesome.
Always happy to see good people winning and being successful, happy and successful.
Yeah, dude, there's enough for everyone to eat, except all the other pro teams at World Cup, because Houston eats fucking common, dude.
I was about to drop the F-bomb, but I rendered. I held back. But hell yeah, dude.
I said it.
How's always dropping F-bombs?
I'm trying to be better. I'm legitimately.
I thought this was the rowdy ones, dude. What
by him trying to be better. Notice he hasn't had a drink of whiskey. That's the only thing that stopped him.
Oh, that's not
whiskey.
whiskey.
That's a Montucky nectar, baby.
It's Montucky, and they're rodeo cold too. My favorite
That's good
way to
to
drink
drink.
them.
I like Montuckies because I like the artwork on the can, but they're not the best.
I love
They used to
For
have the
what it
horse
is-
on them, no?
this side, and
There's the horse.
That's the Montucky I remember.
yeah, love them, dude. Love them. Best rodeo cold beer ever. They crush.
Is that their slogan, or did you just like calling it that?
rodeo cold?
Yeah.
No, you don't know what rodeo cold beer is?
I know a
No,
rodeo
like-
cold beer. I'm just asking if that's, and then no, that's not a normal expression, so it wouldn't be unheard of to not.
No, it's a Montucky cold snack.
I know.
Dude, Ryan, you had an expression that we didn't know what it meant. What was it?
Oh, I don't know. You guys, you young bucks, never know what I'm talking. Oh,
No,
no,
but what was it? What was it?
I don't remember offhand.
But remember we went through it. I'm like, I've never heard that in my entire life. You're like, it's a thing. And I looked
Yeah.
it up. I'm like, I don't know if it is.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember
What is
having
it?
to look up. If I knew, I'd tell you. I know that's not like good podcasting, but obviously we're both struggling here. But yes, I remember. And then you had to go a little bit deep into the Google search before you could
Yeah.
actually justify it. But it was there. It was just a little old.
I bet Steve would know it. You guys are, the same.
The same.
Ancient, yeah. I'm not that old, dude.
Dude,
40.
Dude, you can't say I'm not that
old.
old. Hold on. You can't say I'm not that old. And then when we're playing, you're like, man, I'm so old. You can't
But
do that.
that's just, I got to let people think that, right?
You never hear me.
Oh,
say
I
that,
see you
do
run down
Ronnie?
that field.
No, I've
come
never
out with
seen
the
Ryan say that.
cane.
Ryan
Never.
actually is
I'm
23, dude.
no. Other people say I'm on. No, you guys have this all wrong.
Yeah. But it's like,
It
oh,
just
my
means-
back hurts. It's like, you can't say that. I'm old. It's like, no, I can say it. Okay. So you can't eat your cake and have it too, or whatever the hell.
I drop
that
it sometimes. I drop it when I'm sleepy. It's like, oh, you're going to sleep already? I'm like, oh, I'm old.
I'm getting old.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
good excuse
my
to sleep.
bedtime's like 8:30, man. And
Yeah,
I'm
dude, it's
old.
perfect.
My dinner is like by the time I leave work, I finish dinner at work and then come home at 3:30. No way.
Speaking of dinner, Steven and I had a great victory meal that night. We got Taco
What'd you
Bell, and it was
Oh.
awesome.
I was
Man,
waiting for some delicious Asian feast.
Nope. Taco
or
Bell.
Ashbal.
And
You
not
know they
'cause
have
Ronnie's Asian, but because Asian's my favorite food. So that's what I think about for victory.
Yeah,
food.
dude. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but what kind of Asian? Because Asian's really broad.
is,
Like,
it
you got,
is.
like
It is.
Indian parts of Russia. you
It's
got
super.
all Polynesia.
It's super broad.
Okay,
and
so
I
we're
like-
agreeing. Russia is in Asia.
Yeah,
You hear that, Stella?
Russia's part of Asia.
Eastern Russia is all Asia, but Moscow's not, and that's what most people think of for Russia.
Yeah,
that's
So, that's the
Yeah.
difference. I like most Asian, but my tops would be probably like Szechuan style, like true Szechuan.
I was just
from,
gonna
like
say it.
Szechuan Providence. So like hot pots, all the Szechuan peppercorns, like anything like that. Huge fan of. Love KBB. Japan as a whole. If I had to pick like one chunk of places, because now you're getting good steaks, nice ramens, good broths, good noodles, sushi, obviously. But like I love Thai food. I love good Indian food. I like anything that has an overwhelming amount of flavor, and if it has a bunch of spice, I enjoy it more.
Yeah, it's crazy because when we're
And
out
sprinkle
with
some
the
extra
team-
salt on it for me.
Oh, so much salt. Ryan's insane. His sodium content's nuts. Listen, when we're out and we're trying to figure out what we're gonna eat, I always hear Ryan just go, "We should go get something good." But I know he's thinking Asian. I know he's thinking Asian.
What was that?
But we could
What was-
begin, pho, we could begin some banh mi's. Like I said, like all those things, like, if I was from any of those regions, I would eat them every single day.
Every single
So I
day.
just gave you like 12 different regions where I could possibly want any of them. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So
100%.
the best, what was that? The last time I had hot pot was when we all went out at Cincy. It was
it
on,
Cincy?
what was it? Yeah, it was Cincy. And
Yep.
they put us in the back room of this place, right?
It was hot back there.
Oh, dude, it was so hot.
So
Hey,
hot.
Steve,
Yeah, but it was
Got it.
disgusting in Cincy. It was hot as hell.
No,
Yeah, the
like,
whole time.
well, then
Yeah.
what was funny is, what was it? So it was Ryan, Chad, and I. We ordered hot pot. I think everyone else just got.
We did
like-
barbecue. Yeah.
yeah, everyone else did barbecue.
Yes.
And I remember.
You got a friend.
Wait, should I get mine?
Do it, grab pepper.
I'm gonna
No.
get pepper. Continue the
No.
story, Hal.
I will. But then, so we're in there. The three of us are like making the hottest hot pots, like the spiciest they could be, just shoving all the peppers in them. And all of us, like the three of us, are over here just sweating. And they have this little bitty like AC in the corner on the floor. And, and Ryan and Chad go over there and are just standing in front of it.
Mind you, also a lot of people's power went out during Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
So the real issue was that there was no air conditioning in that restaurant, and we were in the back room with no ventilation, and it was like 115 degrees in there.
Yeah.
The amount of spice wasn't even
your
close
hotel
to
too.
Yeah.
I started
in our hotel in the morning. I was like, oh, it looks like you had to move, huh?
Ronnie, you look disappointed. What happened, dog?
No, I started a riot. I picked up Pepper, and then Potato started hurting
got
me.
mad.
And then Pepper was hissing, and she was about to slash me. And Stella was yelling at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm putting everything down, and I'm walking back in here.
Like Pepper wanted to be seen.
When you walked in, you were just like side to side looking, and you were like, "I'm disappointed."
I literally just pulled the pin and threw it, and then just walked in here, dude.
Yeah.
And Stella's dealing with it, so sorry, Stella. She's trying to show the cats.
Sounds like Potato's got it under control now.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of food, I'm so excited. I do love potatoes.
Hold on, I need to know what Steve's favorite Asians are now. You know, it felt like he looked like he knew what he was talking about.
So you guys know, Steve's a chef.
Okay. So, and my buddy Tommy is doing. You were talking about the Szechuan. If you guys, if the NXL, or if you guys come out for practice, or the NXL ever decides to make the right choice and come back to have a Chicago location, one of our friends that we used to work with has an awesome Szechuan place. Everything's homemade. All of the noodles, all of the broths. It's awesome.
Really?
And like soup dumplings, that's kind of a Szechuan-y area for that, at least like Chongqing. And soup dumpling might be my favorite bite of food in the entire world. Because if they're right, they're so savory, salty, they burst in your mouth like a gusher when you're tried it for the first time when you're in kindergarten or something. The chili oil, a little black vinegar, they're just so like, it's just a perfect bite, you know, a little ginger on top. I know you're a chef. Like I am no means a chef, but I like to cook a lot. And like, to me, good food is, you know, a lot of fresh herbs, a lot of good spices. It's like just good quality ingredients used well, you know, and that's a lot of my Italian background, but like I really transferred my love into most Asian foods.
Yeah.
For me, Asian, I mean, simple, but then it's all the different regions, right? If we're talking Japan, then it's really hard because I love sushi. I love sushi. But then how do you turn down Wagyu? I mean, I'll go fish just because beef in general, like there's so many different grades. And
I'll give a controversial opinion about Wagyu. I prefer like a nice blue label Australian Wagyu over high level Japanese Wagyu, because not if it's used in the right purpose. Like if you're just searing up a couple small pieces and putting it on top of sticky rice with barely anything, like that's good. But it's so rich and stuff. Like if I'm wanting like a good rich steak that but I only want like 8 or so ounces, like I think like a high level Australian Wagyu is like
for sure
perfect.
I would take a dry aged ribeye over anything. Grass fed would be fantastic because then it's meaty, you get that butteriness, you get that unctuous kind of like cheesy dry agedness, and you're not losing all of the fat. Like it's got so much marbling. Like if you want to sear it off, like you got this, like if you got a 4-ounce piece of A5 Wagyu and you sear it off, just to get a right sear on it, you just threw away like $150 of fat.
But it's pretty awesome, like touching it.
So I can put my bread in it.
For sure. It's pretty awesome touching it and feeling the fat melt at that low of like temperatures and things like that. It's pretty cool. Speaking of good foods, like I actually just ordered like a bunch of Iberico from I got suckered into Campo Grande finally. You know, I've been seeing the Instagram ads. They know I cook, so they've been sending. So I bought a bunch of different things. I got a Iberico ribs. I had like a 4-rib roast. I got the secretos, so like the cheekbone. I think it's more like a cheek steak that's kind of like flank or skirt like in shape.
Is it just cheeks?
It's not just cheeks.
Jowls.
It's more of a jowl.
Okay.
They call it the secreto because it's like, I guess like a cut that you can only do by hand. So like most of the time it's not done, and they really only do that cut in Spain where they do it. But like ordered a bunch of that and I've been eating the shit out of it. It's so good.
I'm so hungry.
So
you guys are really
like
making this
pork's okay in my opinion, like outside of like certain ones, but like this is almost like Wagyu level goods. My wife barely likes pork, and I'm cooking it now. She's like, "Well, you ruined it again for me." Like she's like, "I like this as much as like the Wagyu you make me."
Pork, I love pork so much. You can do. I have a butcher chasing a pig on my arm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Butcher chasing across.
Yeah.
Bacon, pig ears, the intestines for sausages, ribs, of course, all of it. Yes.
Is bacon your favorite variety? American bacon, just like smoked bacon over like it's like guanciale bacon.
Honestly, if I could all the time, I would say guanciale. I love the jowl. It's got an awesome flavor.
It's got a little funkier.
Yep, but I like that funk. I really enjoy it.
No, it's good.
And bacon is just like there's too much. I think it's just too much. Like gets too salty. Not that it's overplayed, but bacon does make everything better. But
if I had to pick one, I'm picking pancetta. So that might even be saltier than bacon.
Even more.
I love pancetta. I love
pan-fried pancetta.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
So what kind of Steve? What kind of chef are you currently? Like, where are you at? Like, what are you cooking mostly?
I don't cook as much anymore. I'm the executive sous chef at an international catering company. Okay. We cater out of O'Hare for a bunch of different international flights: Emirates, Qatar, Etihad, Iberia, KLM, Cathay, EVA, Serbia. The list goes on and on. But I get balance. So I start work at 6 a.m. and I'm out about 3:30, which is insane. Yeah. So, but we do
for a chef especially.
Oh, I know, and I'm not, and we're not making just scrambled eggs all the time and slinging hash. But we have a halal side and a non-halal side. So on the halal side, we have the regular Western dishes, but of course there's no pork or alcohol involved, and all of the animals are slaughtered by a sane Muslim facing Mecca, something like that. And we have an Indian chef over there that cooks for all of the different Middle Eastern flights and things like that. And on the other side, for the non-halal, we have 2 different Asian airlines, and EVA is for Taiwan and Cathay is mainland. So we have chefs from Taiwan and chefs from Hong Kong that are in there making food. So we have it as authentic as possible. So it's pretty nice. I have about 52 employees underneath me and about 30-ish on a daily basis. So it's not so much babysitting, but it's a lot of babysitting, running around, making sure that they're filling out the paperwork properly, because allergens are huge. If someone has an allergic reaction 30,000 feet in the air, it's not a good thing. So,
are you curating the menus, or are you letting that up to like the individual chefs?
No, when we have our presentations, we'll come up with certain things, but the majority of our menus are comprised of dishes that are tried out at international catering events. And we like Formula One. We do all of the Formula One races worldwide. World Cup we're going to be doing World Cup in the US when it comes back. So I mean, that's where they try everything out, because you get instant feedback, right? Like you get instant feedback from the diner that's eating it real time, not someone that is getting it reheated and put in front of them 30,000 feet in the air, and then trying to get feedback from them, because we don't get feedback from them unless it's a complaint, and it's usually like 2 weeks after the fact. So you can't really get good data of whether or not they're going to be satisfied on a daily basis.
So when those dishes are when you're coming up with them, I always was kind of curious, like, is there a lot of times where like the dish is really good, then like reheated, you're like, oh, okay, that's not going to work, and you make adjustments like that, or is that just always kind of in the mind when you're coming up with it, like making things that are gonna?
Now it's more in the head, like beforehand. Now we know like certain things aren't going to reheat as well.
Yeah, something's not going to reconstitute the same way, and
exactly, like sauces we could finish and have done and thicken the right way and everything, and then on the reheat, it'll be more congealed because of the starch we use. We can't use a roux because a lot of people have celiac, right? Like they have gluten allergies. So it's just trial and error and getting it down. I wholeheartedly agree. Can't say it enough. I'm not going to be too much of a dick, but I mean,
some people definitely have it, but
not getting. Yeah, the food allergens really fucking piss me off because it's like, dude, if you just don't like it, just say you don't want it or pick the shit off. You got to make everyone's life more difficult because you're a fucking princess. Hell out of me.
So my favorite. So I'm a server bartender at a part-time gig, right? And my favorite is like when I go up to them and they do their whole order and they're like, "By the way, I'm celiac." I'm like, "Oh."
What do you tell them? Nice to meet you. I'm Hale. Walk away. Please do that. Can you do that once? Can
I
you do that
can't.
once?
I
Do
can't.
that, please. You can, but go back. You can go back after. Just do
On
it
next
once to see their
episode,
face.
Hal is fired from his job.
But
But it might
the
be worth
best-
it just to see the look on their face. I don't know.
Oh, dude, I gotta figure out a way I can like play that in because that would be great. But they go, by the way, I'm celiac, and I'm like, okay, well, the tater tots you've ordered or the Brussels sprouts you've ordered, I'm like,
In the deep fry.
they are fried because we do crispy Brussels sprouts in the fryer,
Mhm.
and I'm like, they're fried with other like
Doesn't the fry oil take care of all that?
gluten.
Yeah.
No, it depends on how
I know,
sensitive
I know
the
it doesn't.
allergy
I
is.
was just being a jerk
And
about it.
but that's also what's infuriating because
Yeah,
it's like, dude, if you don't want flour and you're on some retarded ass diet, that's fine. Say so, because we're gonna put your shit in the fryer, and if you get
Yeah.
sick, then it's a problem. If not, then stop being an asshole. Like,
And I'm sure, like,
Love it.
in most states too, like the menus have to, like, say when
Say
something's,
it.
gluten free or vegan.
Yep.
So it's like you're asking me, but like you already had built-in options you could have. So,
exactly.
So
The truth in menu.
So back to it. I'm like, by the way, the crispy Brussels sprouts, we fry them in the fryer and with other items that are breaded. And they're like, oh, that's fine.
Okay.
And one night I had like 4 motherfuckers like do this.
one
to me.
sip
And
a
I was
month,
like,
Tucky
at the
cold
end
snack.
I'm on 2. But anyways, they go, the last person that asked me that, and I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, oh, so you're not celiac, you're like gluten intolerant. And they like looked at me like I like shamed their whole family.
Yeah.
And I
That's
was
way
like,
worse than saying, "Hey, celiac, I'm how." Way
Oh,
I'm just saying, but I deal with that. I deal with that crap. And I'm just like, man, there's a difference between being like tolerant or intolerant, like to something,
and it
and
makes a
then
huge
actually
difference.
like me
having.
personally, I hate mayonnaise. I'm not allergic to it, but I wish I was. That's how
What's
much
wrong
I
with
hate it.
you?
It's true. He
What's
really
wrong
does.
with
And for me, it's blue cheese. For me, it's
Yeah,
blue
that's
cheese.
fair.
But guess
I
what?
hate blue cheese.
If I order a salad and I don't read the menu properly and get some blue cheese on it, guess what? I'm an asshole and I got to pick the fucking blue cheese off. I'm not going to be like, oh
Blue
shit,
cheese
I'm
is a
allergic
tough
to
one
it.
to pick off too. Like I like most blue cheeses, but like it's an aggressive flavor that's kind of taken
Yes.
over. It's not
Yeah.
great
See,
to pick
I
off.
like a good true blue cheese crumble, but if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a blue cheese sauce, I'm like,
It's because it has mayonnaise in it. Trash.
wrong. So you don't like aiolis?
I don't eat anything
did-
with
he-
any mayonnaise in it. And most a true
No.
aioli isn't mayonnaise, but like
No, it is.
everything that
It
like
is. Honestly, it is.
it-
Aioli
it's
is.
based on
You add as
definition,
garlic
but
or
I'm
not,
saying like
right?
American aiolis are a lot of times just mayonnaise with things in it.
But mayonnaise is. But that's what an aioli is. It's the
The
same
ingredients, I know, but it's different. I don't like either. So that was my point.
But that's what-
Even when
I'm
people go,
curious
it's not
why.
really mayonnaise.
Dude,
Is
I
it
don't know because I
texture?
love eggs. I love oil. I love.
That's
Alright.
what I'm saying.
You like
'cause
all the
of us are
ingredients.
separate. Yeah.
I like the ingredients. I like
You're
smooth
just
textures.
weird.
It's something about something that like it kind of deadens the flavor and
Wrong.
adds a worse texture to. I personally, I don't know. I wish I didn't. Maybe it's in my mind now, but my entire life I haven't liked it. Sometimes it's like people think like I'm exaggerating on it, but like someone could hand me food and I'll be like, "Just have it on." They'll be like, "No." And it could have the smallest amount on. I take a bite on. Well, it's like two things I have insensitivities to for whatever
So it
reason that
doesn't
I
take
can't
flavor
explain.
away. If you can taste it, it's not taking flavor away. Then it's something else.
Yeah. So like I said, it's just one of those things I can't really explain
Yeah.
because I don't know what about it I don't like. I just really don't like it. and it's that and fake
Fair.
sugars, stevia,
Oh, for sure.
sucraloses, monk
Yeah.
fruit. Like you could have the smallest amount in something and like I taste it and that tastes like poison to me. Right.
Yeah, it's
So
like, oh, God,
like, I don't know if I have the
it's
gene.
not-
Like and like
I always have to find
if things
electrolyte
started-
powders that have a little more natural flavoring. But there's some of them where I'm like, I just tell him there's nothing, and then he has it, and he'd be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But there's a few that it's gotten through. He's like, yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty
it's
good.
made it past the detector.
Yeah. I'd be like, all right,
Very
cool.
rarely. Very rarely.
Very rare. Very rare.
So
I must be like on that verge of sickness or something, losing my taste when it.
So
But yes,
Steve,
the mayonnaise
No,
though,
go.
I do think it's not just the texture, because things that are that texture I like, but
Yeah, because there's a lot
something
of
about like
different
white sauces, most white sauces, but some I like too. So
Yeah,
sour
So
cream's
guys
Red
watching
40
the
in there
show,
for
make
ya.
sure you guys bring a jar of mayonnaise for Ryan to World Cup.
no spicy mayo is
Yes.
no good. No red 40s, it's no good.
So,
So-
no, when you go get sushi, do you get spicy tuna?
At most
Ooh.
places, no. I've known a few
Oh.
places that will do it like light enough and more fresh, like where it's not like the mixed up, it's the chopped up kind, and it's so light, like I can deal with it more.
Yeah.
I try not to get spicy tuna. I can eat it without gagging, but I
Oh.
don't. I would prefer it not to be like that. So sometimes I order a roll or something, and they put even like a spicy mayo or something on there. I don't like. I will wipe it off. It's just I don't enjoy the whole roll, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to throw up, but it's like, oh, this made every bite so much worse. Like
Yeah.
I'm sad that I have to eat it instead of being so happy. But there's only been a couple spicy tunas that like I would get at this like 2 restaurants every single time, because like they were like perfection to me, whatever they did to them.
Nice.
So we're on a mayo aioli kick. Steve, I gotta ask you, have you been to Oshaval?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, dude, I am so excited. My wife and I are coming out in October. And like when I got back I got back for like a week, and I had all these friends in town having a burger, and I was like, they were like, hey, friends are just coming into town, and they're like, hey, let's go grab food. And I was like, man, I really want a good burger. And then I'd be like, it's not off Cheval. And my wife was like, she's like, can you shut up with this? And I was like, you don't understand. The aioli was fire. The painkillers, great. And then, by the way, painkillers a drink, people.
I was gonna say, the way you said that was like,
it's a
You
drink.
need a painkiller to get me to eat that aioli.
I will get a baster and just give it to you.
I was gonna say, Steve, you should come out and play the Purge. Hal's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. We usually sign up.
Nice,
Do you?
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year
We're
I couldn't make it, but
Yeah.
I think a good portion of us have signed up this year.
Yeah, we'll probably
October-
play some speedball
Yeah.
the Saturday of it, and then Sunday we're gonna rip the
Sunday's
Purge.
the Purge. Yep.
dude, it's gonna be a
Down.
blast.
Always.
Yeah.
What day is that?
October 19th.
19th. You wanna come through?
Possibly. Let me look at my schedule.
And then we also have the turkey ball too, Ren.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
Mac X ball.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's
With
dude.
the
that?
penalty boxes and everything and sideline coaching. That's
It's after World Cup, I think, right?
Yeah.
If it's turkey related, I assume, but
because
that-
it's November. There's no turkeys.
Yeah,
None
it's
were
like
harmed
it's
in
like the week of Thanksgiving or something, or weekend.
Well,
of
I
Thanksgiving.
think if it's called the turkey ball, we got to do like a 6-legged turkey, like John Madden used to do, and give it to the winning team.
Okay.
But then if it's your idea, then you got to be there too, right?
I was already talking to Virgil about possibly going to that. Yeah.
That would be sick.
Mhm.
That would be sick.
That'd be cool.
dude, could you imagine if we roll deep at the Purge? Rye comes out.
I
What
could
Rye?
imagine. No, I was just saying. Yeah, I could imagine.
It's gonna be.
Oh, I thought you were. I didn't know if you're done. I sound like you're gonna keep going.
Yeah, I thought he was
You
going to
didn't
keep going. Too. I
You
was
didn't
just
even say
shaking my-
Steve was gonna be there.
He just
Steve's
got.
already said he is. He's committed. He's in like Flint.
He just got worried.
that would
I
be
You
was
know
like,
we're there every weekend anyways. What makes it
Yeah,
any
dude.
different?
Were you there at the Mad Max?
No, wasn't there at Mad Max? I think that we had was Mad Max before Cincy?
No, it was
Yeah.
before
No.
Dallas.
It was before Dallas.
It's
know
August,
that-
like August 15th, 14th.
No, wasn't there. Wasn't
Which
there.
was
And I
weird.
don't know why, and which is weird because I don't know why I wouldn't have been at the field on the weekend either.
I don't know, but you missed a hell of a time.
Yeah,
It was
a good time.
rowdy. It was
Yeah,
a
it was a lot
great
of fun.
time. I'm excited. And this one's going to be all over the speaker. I got to go watch The Purge. Like, I got to go.
Yeah, I want to
rewatch
watch The Purge the
stuff.
day before and then really get into character.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think you should
Maybe
dress up for it. Like I was a
Yeah,
little
maybe
sad
get
you
the
guys didn't
masks.
dress up for Mad Max, or Mad Max.
But I've never even seen Mad Max.
Honestly, I grew up
That's gonna be
watching.
bad.
I grew up loving the Mad Max original
kids-
trilogy. The first one,
right.
but like
I've seen
the
it.
Road Warrior and
Good.
Beyond Thunderdome, man,
Good.
that was my childhood. They were so
Yeah.
good.
Ronnie and I are gonna
none of that makes sense to me.
Ronnie and I are gonna get in a tank somehow next year. We're gonna commandeer it, throw people out, whatever we got to do. We gonna run that thing.
I don't
they
know,
got
dude. The tanks
though.
are
Do
tanks
you
are
not know
cool.
anything about Mad Max, Ronnie?
No,
No.
not really. I've just seen the
Picture
little
Mel
movie.
Gibson dealing in the apocalypse with gangs roving everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen like the pictures and stuff.
So you know something about it.
Got something, yeah. Like they're like in the desert and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like everyone's at Burning Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning
Pretty
a lot
much.
of Burning Man's kind of designed after Mad Max more so.
That's yeah. It looks like
Steampunk.
Mad Max looks like Burning
Kind of
Man.
a-
Minus
Yeah.
well, yeah.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Oh, is that what Mad Max? That's what that was from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Same with
okay.
Master Blaster.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Thunderdome, baby.
Well, the Purge,
No.
we gotta get like masks and stuff and knives, like real ones.
Dude, you
I
should
don't
get
know.
chalk knives.
Real ones?
I don't know.
You should get chalk knives.
What's a chalk knife?
You like that's like a foam knife that you put chalk in, but you can like knife fight. So if you like mark someone, they're dead.
Oh,
But they make like paint marker ones and stuff. Like you should do something like that.
So-
Ah.
So Ronnie and I actually, we were supposed to get a podcast in and talk about the big game, and we never did. But it was funny. So I was talking to Ron. You know, I've never been to a big game, and I was like, "So we gonna do missions and stuff?" And Ronnie was like, "I play a lot of big games." He goes, "Never done them." He goes, "I just go out there and shellac people."
Yeah.
Like,
Those
so-
shellac-
The big
that
games I've
leads
been
to
to, I've
mission
been
wins, but man,
absolutely
missions
wasted.
are fun.
I've been
What's
drunk
that?
at every big game. So this
Dude,
is the
we-
first one that I wasn't.
we were like, "Fuck it, we ball," and
Yeah.
right, and it was funny that one time when everyone's like yelling, "Get onto the other side of this massive field where
Yeah.
there's trees and bushes," and we rolled through, and our team was doing a mission, and they pull Ronnie aside, and I'm like bringing up the rear, and Ronnie's like, "Yo, Hal, these guys are doing a mission. We gotta hurt
We gotta
some people
protect
and
this
protect
zone.
them." Yeah,
Protect this
Yeah.
zone.
So
Yeah, there
we
was
go-
like there was a whole entire thing. There was like a nuke. It was literally like an actual missile that Virgil has, and they had to carry it. And they
It
needed,
is
like,
paintball on a missile base.
That's what I'm saying. Bam. They needed like 15 people to carry this thing to like the base, but they're like, we can't get shot because then we have like that, like it's gonna be over. So we had to like Hal and I were literally like bodyguards, like waiting for people, and like we are gunfighting people as they were like trying to take this thing out. It was a whole thing. It was sweet.
No,
I like that.
it was.
So
It
the
was
Purge
you
is
and
gonna
I.
be like the movie where they announce it over the loudspeakers. It's like,
Yeah.
"Brrr."
Are there some people
Everyone-
that are just trying to stay alive and hiding without guns?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if it's like every man for themselves, go, and everyone's just like, ah.
That's
It'd be-
kind of how it should be, but you should have to like trust 18.
No, it's like civilians and rioters.
Okay.
So
Oh, is it?
That's cool stuff.
yeah.
That's
But-
it. We got to run our own promotion and run a real Purge game.
Yep.
Done.
Put some safe rooms. Everyone for
God.
themselves.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know, man. That might be a little dangerous.
No,
People
but
are a
that's
little
what
bit
we-
nutty right now.
But yeah, that's true. But we're gonna spend. You're gonna have to go there like 5 hours in advance. So you got to talk to people and make alliances and see who
Yep.
you can trust.
So it's like a big social game too. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's like
huge.
we'll
That's-
do a little drinking
Oh.
before. Like I think it'd be
Oh,
pretty cool.
man.
That would be fun. But
But
there was this.
Before we tangent too far off of the paintball, like I do want to. What's SNAFU's next tournament? Are you
Cup.
guys done for the? Oh, okay. You guys
Cup.
are playing. Cup.
D5's
That's
going
awesome,
for
man.
a cup for sure because
That's
they
awesome.
can. I mean, it would be pretty dope if they win 2 series, right?
That's
That'd be crazy.
more than dope, especially the
Yeah.
one's the biggest series in the world. So
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So that's the next main concern, just getting that all situated and set up and travel for everybody and working on making sure that we can get as many of our guys down there as we possibly can to play and to help in the pits and coach and just do whatever needs to get done.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty
Are we
stoked
back?
for that. So, and then they get the bye into the championship rounds. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
It's a no-brainer.
cake,
No-brainer.
right? Should be cake, essentially, right? Point by
We've had
point.
that a few times. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily.
I know. Should, right? Where's that one? No, but it's
Yeah,
a hell of a lot better than beating
those
out
ones didn't
50
really
other
pay off
teams.
for us. Those
No,
ones didn't really pay off for
they
us.
don't pay off for any of us.
That wasn't because
Yeah,
of
we've
that.
had a few of those.
That puts yourself in a good situation. You still need to take advantage of it.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. There's that
100%.
belief, right? You got to
Yeah.
go in
Yep.
with the mentality of this is our event and we're going to win this event. Every point we step on the field is going to be our point. So,
Sorry, guys. My phone like fell apart. Okay. I
Oh,
fixed
you're
it.
good. We don't want to keep you guys too late or anything tonight anyway. But I know Hal looks like he's been itching to say something.
I have.
Yeah, what's up,
I
Al?
want to get back on the tangent. I want
Okay,
back
perfect,
on that
perfect.
pony. Look, back on the pony.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
No, there was this moment where I was like, Ronnie and I were holding the flank. They were hauling
Oh,
this
God.
missile it was
I like this
Ronnie-
missile hauling moment, so I'm pumped to hear this.
dude, it's
Yeah.
awesome, but Ronnie was not covering his sector. I love you, but you saved my ass, which I'm grateful for. But Ronnie is like, there's a tank coming, and Ronnie's like, wow, tank. And I'm like in the freaking open. Like I'm behind this spool this way in the tank. So the spool's facing this way. We're covering lanes coming at us, right? And there's this tank coming from our side. And I'm like, I got nowhere to go. So I'm trying to like
It was a
get
bad
small.
Bad tank.
Yeah, bad tank.
Not our tank, bad tank.
I never saw one
Yeah.
tank at Mad Max before in any of the Mad Max movies.
Mm.
There is here.
There should have
They built
been.
them-
There should have
they
been a
built
guy
them-
strapped with an electric guitar to the front of a Killjoy.
Right. And so, well, they made them. They
I
made
know.
them like Outlanders, so it was pretty cool. They didn't make it look like a tank, so it was dope. But anyways, Ron is like, I look back, and Ron is like getting between this tree and a spool, and it's like.
Well, so the
wiggling
thing is
it-
this, right? Like if I play the flat side of the spool, I get shot. If I play the other flat side of the spool, right, then the other team has my back. So I went in between the spool and there was a tree. So it was like a spool and a tree, and I got in between it and hidden there.
That sounds perfect. You got everything.
Well, it's
That's
a
what I'm saying.
tight squeeze.
It's a
And
tight
his
squeeze.
toesies are exposed, but
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The spool was huge, so I could kind of like do like
Okay,
right
okay,
on the
okay.
cusp. So like I'm in there, I'm looking, and yeah, obviously sideways I was kind of exposed, but it's better than
but
nothing.
you had the tree.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking through this. There's a little peephole in the spool, and I'm looking behind me, and the tank's going by, and Hal's just standing in the open, and I'm like, "Well, this
Did the
is
tank not murder you?
No.
Were you
no.
invisible? What happened? You were just.
I made like a tree. I was like,
It was those awesome new Houston Heat camo practice jersey you were wearing.
That's it.
It was the
it
Moorhead
had to
jersey.
be it. It had to be
So,
it.
so we're doing this, right? And I'm talking to Hal, and this guy walks right behind him. Okay, just one guy.
But I'm looking
One
left.
guy.
Ron is supposed to be looking right.
I am looking right. I'm looking right at this guy, and he's just looking at me, and we're literally just staring at each other. And I go, "Wait a minute," and he goes, "Red team," and we're blue. And I go, "Ah!" And then I
Yep.
pull up, and hold on, my gun's on full auto 12.5. So I go because the first shot's single fire, right? And then I
Yep.
go, "Duh-duh," and I hold it down. This guy had like an AK-47 kind of gun, so he couldn't even get his gun up fast enough, right? This guy pulls his gun up, he gets burned to the ground, right? And then he just puts his hands up and walks out like this. And Hal's got his barrel to the guy's head like this the whole time as he's walking, as he's out. And he's like, "Dude, I'm out, man. Put your gun down." And he's like, "Nope.
He almost smoked
You almost
the
got
shit out of
burned
me.
down." He goes, "Nope, you almost got burned down, buddy." This guy goes straight back, and I look at Hal. I go, "That was crazy." And he's like, "You saved my life." And I'm like, "That was insane."
Well, he had his gun on me when you ripped it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't see, because I wasn't looking at him, so he had his gun on me, and then he was looking at you, and then y'all figured out that, hey, we're not same.
Yep.
And
Sounds like that guy was doing too much pointing, not enough killing.
Yeah, he just wasn't quick enough, dude. You got to be quicker than that.
Ron goes, I was just like, I turned around, I'm like, oh, and Ron is just giving him the full dose over it.
Yeah, 12 and a half full auto. Like everyone was like, I'm gonna use mech, dude. And I'm like, that's cool. I never get to use full auto ever.
You and I went full auto, and the best part was when the game started at the very beginning that morning. So we sprint off and we're going to hold this left side of the field kind of over by the office, you know?
Yeah, like that.
And and it was hilarious. Ron is up there like in their business. I think it was you and Jackson, and y'all were just
we were just clobbering people, dude.
Yeah, they were throwing hammers, and Ron's just like just dumping on people. And Cody's like, you said something to Cody, and then that these guys were pinning y'all down. And Cody turns to me because I'm over by the building at this point, and I got a kind of a side angle, and I am just full auto, like dumping. I dumped 2 pods into these guys.
It's insane. It's insane.
And Cody was like, "How?" He's like, "These guys are looking at Ron," and he goes, "Oh, never mind, you got it." And I'm just over there like full auto.
Don't ask Cody for a pod toss, though. I say his pod tosses are questionable.
He's got to work on it.
Yeah, he does have.
And then Ron got.
Not my man Ronnie. He throws darts. I caught
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the greatest at gauging the speed I need to throw it at you, but I'll get it to you.
Full force. Full force.
Oh, might as well. Why wouldn't I? Why would I go less?
That was definitely the best catch I've had at a tournament from a pod, and I've had some good ones over the years.
It was sick.
I remember one time. The one time
I told Steve about it.
It was a good.
I'll watch the webcast. I'll watch the webcast. Go. It's not on there.
I know. I was hoping it would be.
Dude,
the announcer's reaction was on there, though. That's how you could tell it was good because they're not talking about a random pod toss that's not on camera. If not,
no.
Yeah.
I remember one time me, Chad, and Fedorov were on the field in this like 12-minute point against Aftermath in Vegas, and we had to do 2 different 3-man pod tosses. So it was like we used the middle man to get it across the field. Yeah, because like I was in like the center 50 holding it, and they were both on the snake side, and I had to get it was like Fedorov tossed it to Chad tossed it to me. I was like, nice. Dude,
Fedorov did the craziest play that game though. Yeah, he went from like the 50 snake to like the Dorito 3, and then Bargo went to go bunker you or something, and he was protecting it, and he was like, after the game, he's like, did he leave the snake and go to the Doritos? I go, oh yeah. He's like, oh my God, that completely threw me off. Who does that? And I go, oh, I mean, if it's somebody who's going to do it, I'll bet a lot of money it's going to be that guy. Right. That's crazy. That was a crazy win.
Ron also got shot in the fingertip by a first strike round. And
those things are not fun.
It swelled up like a freaking balloon. Like it was black. I was
they get like solid skin and not a finger. They'll like cookie cut you because it's like such a sharp gel, and they just.
I was just waving myself out. I was like, I'm hit, and I caught it with my finger.
You can't be Jason Edwards.
What the heck was that thing, dude?
You can't Jason Edwards it. You just got to get out, dude.
I know. I was behind a tree, and there's a lot of paint flying in. They usually are good.
You know how much you like shooting hands when they come out to tell you that? Like,
yeah, but not like a big game.
No, big games, everything's getting shot.
Yeah,
that's what a big game.
I guess you're right. You're right.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's for.
Yeah.
So
you better run out fast.
There's a reason you went to full auto before the game even started, Rob. It wasn't to not shoot things.
Yeah, it was the same ass.
Help!
I don't think I would have shot that guy if I wasn't full auto. I'd have to go ding ding ding. It would have been too slow.
You know? Well, if you're watching your zone.
I was watching my zone. I watched this guy walk right into it. Well, I watched him walk right into it, and I go, "Hey."
So the funniest part is right before Ronnie got shot in the finger with that first strike, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go back and get a beer, some water." I was like, Ron's like, "You got paint?" Because Ron is like hiding behind this tree. I'm in the building to the right of him, and we are just literally mowing these people down. And he's like, "You got paint?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Give it to me before you leave." And I'm like, "Oh, this is bad." Because it's what was it? Probably 20-yard gap. And I mean, paint was
about
just...
that. And there's a like a building in front of us with like 13 windows, and people were just shooting out of it. And it's like I can't fight all these windows. And I'm like, hell, I got like a loader of paint. And he comes over, he fills my pack up. I think I shot like 20 pods in this one corner until we got overpowered and it got really bad. And I got shot with the first strike, and I said, I'm not playing anymore.
Got my
We
finger,
did.
shot it off.
Well, and so Ron was like, "Give me your paint," and I was like, "All right." And so I'm like hyping myself up to haul my fat ass across this gap, and I'm just like, I just barrel because paint is just ripping, and I get over there and I like get into some cover, and I'm like just unloading my pack, and I'm like, "Oh, this is dumb. Now I got to go back." And so I had to run all the way back, and I just got mowed the hell down, just absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
So-
that was a
Yeah,
good
you were
time,
heading
man.
back anyway, so it's perfect. You had time to clean
Yeah,
up,
bro.
get a beverage.
It was really hot. When it first started, it was like 90 something degrees. It was so
People
hot.
were passing out.
Yeah, there's people who are like getting heat exhaustion. And I remember I was like, Cody, hold this spot. I'll be back. And I walked out and I go on the other side of the net. He goes, hey, make sure you bring me a water. And then I was like, I forgot completely. And then I look back and he's still over there. And I'm like, oh shit, I was supposed to go back on the field.
Well, that's how Mad Max should be. You know, it's water was a big commodity.
Yeah, no, yeah. And
Yeah.
there were props too. Water was props, actually.
I found a water prop.
Yeah, you did. And you were
I
really
scored his
disappointed.
points. Yeah, because they were like, "No, you need to take it back now." I was like,
Didn't you guys give it to some
But
old
there's
dude?
No, the old dude told Hal to go return the
Oh,
base.
yeah, that's what. it
And
was.
we are
That's
like
what
in the thick of it, and there's like 100 people in front of us, and I'm so excited to gunfight them. And Hal's like, "Oh, I gotta go back now."
I was like, yeah, I was so sad. We were fighting on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. That thing was fun. That
Wasn't the
We
Ho
were-
Chi Minh Trail?
yeah, it was.
No, it was the Dead Man's Trail, and it had nothing to do
Same.
with Ho Chi Minh. Okay,
I mean,
On
same,
that note-
same, but different.
no,
Okay.
very different. Not even close to being the same.
It was.
So on the
Anyway,
old Silk
the
Road.
Purge. Make sure you guys be there at Blast Camp Paintball because we're going to be there, and hopefully Ryan comes up and we're going to rip it. And I've saved these gummy bears for that occasion.
Oh,
No, they were in
Is,
my bag since last event.
Are Harbros allowed it there? You know, I thought it was
you're good. They're safe.
who's safe.
The gummy bears.
Oh, it's just that's kind of enemy territory for Harbo.
Why?
Why is that?
Or is that what's the gummy bear company that's right there?
Oh, Albany's.
Albany's, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Albany.
Nah, Haribo. I don't even
Oh,
know.
Harbo all the way. I agree,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
it's still enemy territory.
Kind of.
happens.
Kind of.
Okay.
That's more Indiana, dude.
Yeah.
Chicago's
That's
got
what
its
Blast Camp
own.
is.
Yeah, we're
Blast
Blast
Camp.
Camp's in Indiana.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I thought you meant like in general.
No, not in general. Just what I was talking about.
Albany's.
So,
Tell me when Albany's makes something as good as a twin snake, and then we'll talk.
I don't think it's possible, buddy.
he's
It's
not,
not.
wrong.
No.
No.
He is not wrong. So
You're kind of making me want to open these now, though.
What's the texture of a gummy bear to me? That's the most important thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
You want a little chew to it, a little resistance.
Kind of make me want to open them. I'm not doing it. Save
Do
them.
Do it.
It's all right.
So, one last question from you, Steve. So from Trev Stew.
Shout out to Trevor Stewart. I
Yeah.
used to work at a paintball field with him, and now he came back.
So yeah, Trev Stew does ask real quick before we wrap it up. He goes, "Who's your favorite local D2 player?" Wink. And how many divisions will SNAFU play next year?
Then it has to be Trevor, right? For
Yeah.
favorite local D2 player.
Maybe.
And, of course, definitely Trevor. Trevor's the homie. He's a brother.
Damn, there's going to be a lot of
division-
D2 players who are very upset with you.
That's I don't know about.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Who? I don't think so. I don't even know that many D2 players. Blake, Corey and Trevor. Oh, I don't know. Corey
Corey and
dropped
Trevor
out
with
with us.
Trailer Park Boys in it now.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
I don't know. We're gonna
Safe.
go with
Always
the BC Riot D2 line is probably like my favorite D2 players in the area. Be PC about it. How many divisions are we gonna have? I don't know. That's what we are
We're
going to
thinking
talk
pro,
about.
semi-pro.
Cup. Yeah, but you got to pay yourselves. So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, most likely after Cup, we'll come to a decision and see what we're going to do. Just kind of concentrating on getting ready for Cup and getting the guys down.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, hell yeah, that was fun. Paintball, candy, food, like we covered everything good in life.
Mayonnaise.
Man. Mayo,
Man.
how good it is.
Definitely. Have you had Japanese mayo, Rye?
What
That
am I
MSG
gonna like?
might be
What
the
am I gonna
trick.
like thick mayo for, dude? That's crazy talk.
But it's the MSG. Just close your
No.
Yeah.
I like MSG. Hold the mayo.
It's a QP mayo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cupid.
Yeah.
No good.
Love that.
Okay.
shit.
It might be worse. It might be worse.
No way.
That's funny.
Well, hell
It's
yeah,
just
guys.
like more mayo. It's like condensed into more mayo. They put more mayo per square inch. That's not good. That's bad.
But what if you really don't like it because you haven't had it strong enough?
No, I'm a hot sauce guy. If I'm saucing, give me hot sauces. Or something.
Just bring him a jar of
vinegar-based.
mayo at the event.
If we're
buddy.
talking salad
Yeah,
dressing,
you know what?
I need vinegar based, oil based. I
Yeah.
like simple, fresh. I think it takes away all that. I think mayo like makes things taste fake, and not. It doesn't accentuate things as much as it takes away from them.
Think
So-
that we can get you some pretty damn good hot sauce. One of Tommy, guy on the team, his fiance makes hot sauce, grows the peppers and
Oh yeah, I
ferments
love
and
that.
everything herself. So we think we
That's
can
right up Ryan's alley,
get
buddy.
you some
I
hot
would love
sauce
that.
for
Yeah.
sure.
That'd be
They
awesome.
do the hot ones challenge at home and shit. They have all the sauce.
I've
for it,
never.
make their own.
I've had most of those hot sauces. I've never done the hot ones challenge. I did do. I ate an incredibly hot wing or a couple wings before for a
Didn't it
challenge. It
hospitalize
was
some
pretty
people?
miserable. Yeah, there's 3 of us that did it. Me and my buddy Mike and my buddy Russell. Tim was there, but just to laugh and to try to push people into doing more and worse. And Sam was there, did not do it either. And Chad was there, and he said he was going to eat. This restaurant also had a poop wing. It's on the menu. It's like, yeah, it actually tastes like poop. Chad said he was going to eat that. He didn't. So, but the wings we ate were, 2.5 million Scoville units. So they were uncomfortably hot. But the worst part about them is they were injected with pure capsaicin. So like obviously the sauce on the outside and then like rolled in like, like ghost pepper, like powder, super fine. And then on the inside was the capsaicin oil. So sometimes you'd bite it and it would like just squirt. And it was like, it was like mustard gas, like I deal well with heat and I was struggling. Like it was just dripping sweat, so uncomfortable. It was like late February, so we still had like dirty road snow, and I was like on the ground picking up dirty road snow and putting it on my mouth, and I was so uncomfortable that like I would be like I was getting those instant like not like stomach tight and knot cramps, like the ones that are like feeling like you're getting stabbed, and I'd like lay on the ground because I felt safer close to the ground, I think, but I'd be uncomfortable there too. So I'd like stand up and it was just constant movement because how uncomfortable I was. I ended up eating 4 of them, which opened me up to the next level if I ever choose to, which I will not.
He's like qualified for the hotter one.
Yeah, I'm qualified for the hotter ones. I think at the time, there's only like 8 other people that had qualified because you had to eat 4 of these.
That's insane.
And they only let you order them 2 at a time. So you really had to let it soak in before like you got the next one.
The next batch.
My one buddy quit at 2 and my other buddy quit at 3. My buddy that quit at 2, like he thought he was dying. Like he was like, he said he literally slept on his floor that night. Had to call off work the next day. And my other buddy who quit at 3 had to go to the hospital that night. Gave him like an instant ulcer, so they had to like stomach glue his like ulcer shut that it created and like give him an IV because he was so dehydrated. So they were pretty serious and not that fun, but it was a good story. And the best part about it, like the next day, like even like I peed and like wow, it was like peeing straight fire.
Yeah,
we all talked about like, how was it
peeing?
Peeing was the bad part. My poop was fine, I was dealing with my guts pretty irony. Like once I got past like the 2 hours of like uncomfortable cramping and like weird body temperature swings, I was okay with it. But the next day, peeing felt like I was peeing lava, and everyone's like, yeah, it lasted for like 2 days.
So did you ever have dumb friends that gave you plutonium-9 back in the day when they were making it? Do you know what plutonium-9 is?
Not off the. I mean, no.
It comes in like this nuclear-looking jar. It was like $125 back in the day. It was about
That's nuts.
2 inches tall.
Different ones like
and-
that where they have like the droppers or the toothpicks to give them out, and they come in like
No.
tiny little vials.
This
Was
this
that
looked
one like
it was-
almost like blood red?
Yeah, dude. Like
yeah,
dark
I
blood
know
red.
it. I just didn't know the
Oh,
name.
plutonium
So-
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And it
that's
came
what's in the Mad Dog 357 hot sauce.
Okay, that's what they use
Plutonium-9?
for-
Yeah,
That's what they use
yeah,
to heat it up.
yeah.
Oh,
It's an
So
additive
this-
to make another hot sauce even hotter. Yeah.
9 million Scovilles.
yeah. So my buddy, what was wild, he shows up. He's like, yo, I know you like hot stuff. And I'm like, hell yeah, I love breaking a sweat. He's like, I got plutonium-9. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. He was like, dude, it was like $125. He's like, we gotta try it. And so it comes in this like nuclear looking drum that's like 2 inches tall, about an inch diameter, or
It's
yeah,
still
probably
$100.
diameter. Is it? They still make that?
Mine,
Yeah, I just
for me, like
Wow.
as much as I love heat, my heat has to have subtle nuances and flavor. Like
Yeah,
like
none.
I love habaneros because I like the citrusy notes you get.
Yeah.
And I like other
Yeah.
ones for the smoky notes. Like I like that part about heat because I think it accentuates other things. Like when you're slightly uncomfortable, like it brings out a lot of other flavors to me.
Well-
Some of these hot sauces, anything that's like trying to be overly hot just for the purpose of being hot, no longer tastes good. It just tastes like
No.
almost like rancid
Oh, no.
or like
Oh, no.
very-
It was-
so-
Or you
It
don't
was-
taste anything, do you?
yeah,
No.
it is, but it's like bad flavor always.
flavor.
Like it eventually like burns your taste buds out where you don't, and you're just like hurting. But like I want the initial taste to at least be good. I want some complexity in it if I'm gonna be miserable.
So with this, he opens it, right? He's like, here, try some. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. And like he opens it, and I was like, this smells awful.
putrid.
Like it was the worst. And it was like thick. It wasn't even a sauce. It was just this
Yes,
thick
yeah.
paste. And
Yeah.
so he's like, how do you want to eat it? I was like, I don't know.
No.
And it was, I was like, I don't know. There's no good way to eat this. So I had this little, like, I got a little piece on a spoon and I put it in my mouth. And as I'm putting it in my mouth, he's like, you're supposed to eat it with food. And it's already like, pop. And I remember I like instantly started vapor locking.
You made him eat some too, I hope.
Well, he was going to try it after me, right? He was like, no,
That's
he's
not
like,
how that
"You just-"
works. He has to.
No, he has.
No,
to do it.
he was like, I started vapor locking and I couldn't catch my breath and I passed out.
Dude, that's how my
And I-
one friend was during that wing contest. He was looking, he's like, I can't breathe. Like, you might have to call the ambulance. And I was like, no, just like, breathe through it. And I'm miserable. Like, my face is all red and I'm crying. But I'm like, dude, you're dying right now.
9 million Scovilles, though, is what plutonium-9 is. And I hurt for probably 5-6 hours. Like, I was
And for
just
what
like,
someone who's not fully aware of what a Scoville is, that's like the heat scale rating. So like a jalapeno might be like 7,000 Scoville units. You know, Tabasco might be like, I don't know, 20,000. So like once you start talking about numbers in the millions, it doesn't really make sense mentally because it just doesn't line up for what your brain considers hot. It's just miserable.
Yeah.
so anyways, no, he didn't eat any after I passed out because I handle
think he
heat
still
better than
owes
he
you.
does.
He still
Yeah.
owes
Yeah,
you.
I think you need to get out.
And
don't
if they
wanna
still
buy-
have it
I don't want-
available,
I don't want to waste $100.
it's not wasting it. It's
Oh,
for
it's not
his
wasting it,
misery.
dude.
Yeah. But is there like interest on it now? Like, does he have to do more because it's
2
been
bites?
X amount of time since you've
No, I think
done it and
just
he hasn't fulfilled it, or
just the feeling he has to find out that you still are going to hold him to it and you have it next time you see him. I think no
No.
interest, just straight up. The interest is he's going to be more miserable now doing
Oh,
it.
it's going to be
He
worse.
should have
'cause
got
he's
it
older.
over with.
I handled
Exactly.
hot stuff way younger, and I can still eat hot stuff. But anyways, yeah. So don't eat plutonium-9. Anybody, if your friend brings it to you, it's awful. With that being said, if you've made it this far, we're gonna do something a little different. I want you to comment mayo either on Spotify or on
AI's gonna start thinking I like mayo. Ronnie always makes people comment mayo for
Yeah!
things. I don't like it. I don't
Ryan
like mayo
loves
being
mayo.
involved.
He's a closet mayo lover. Okay, he
If
loves
you
it. He just
appreciate
can't-
me, you'd comment
no, that's not the
anything
rules.
but mayo.
No, not the rules. Not the rules. We're gonna go with mayo is the phrase, or you can comment I like mayo. Either or, I'll accept.
Or
On
I hate.
Spotify or
I hate's
YouTube.
fine too.
No, it's not. It will be deleted. Just kidding. But also,
We don't
whoever
curate
makes
our
it this
comments.
far, I will not. I refuse that. But I will say, let's do Ryan a solid. If you make it this far, buy him a jar of mayo and I'll smuggle it into his bag, and he won't find
For
it
what
till
it's
he gets
worth,
home.
that's rude
you-
to waste your money. It's rude to waste food.
Do you know how
like
many
that.
jars of mayo could be?
Don't do that.
cultivated after
Let's
this?
not do that. We're not going to do that.
But this could also be your start to rid the world of mayo.
For every
right?
bag of mayo,
If
for
Hal just
every,
keeps on buying mayo
That
to
is
put in
true.
your bag,
for every,
eventually the world's got to run
You
out.
just
No?
for every
dumping it,
jar of
dude.
mayo that I find in my bag, I will cut off an inch of Hal's beard.
Oh, I'm getting at
Roddy,
least 7.
Roddy.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
just gonna say,
Me and Steven are gonna go to
So
Costco
if you
right
if you
now.
like that, comment beard.
yeah,
That's
even
not how
better,
this works.
I can just make it. I can just make a fuck
A
ton
vat.
in like a 5-gallon
How long's your
bucket.
beard?
of
How
that
long's your
he's
beard,
got-
Al?
8, 9 inches.
All
it's
right,
gone. There
9
we go. We
jars,
got
dude. 9 jars.
No, then if he's cutting off my beard, I'm going vindictive, and I'm just gonna put it like.
I'm
toward
not
his
cutting
bag.
up your beard. Well,
Only
then-
if there's jars of mayo in the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Well, if you pour it in there, he doesn't know how many there are. It's one jar.
If there's loose mayo in my bag, it's much worse, my friend.
Is that the only
Welcome to
thing
the
he's
Rowdy
cutting off?
Ones.
That's not the only inch she's cutting off.
No.
Well, we'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about the journey of SNAFU, Steve. Greatly.
Oh, thanks for having
like,
me.
I absolutely loved hearing the story and the journey that y'all get to obviously keep carrying on. Congratulations to your successful year this year. That is great, and it's not over. So I think
Thank you.
that's fantastic. Ronnie, helping them lead the charge, guiding these guys through the navigation of tournament paintball. That's fantastic. Congratulations to you two as a coach. So,
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
no,
for
I
having us.
appreciate you guys coming on and spending some time with us. You know, it's always fun seeing what kind of tangents we can get into, and also just getting to see what people's true personalities are. I think that comes out in genuine conversation.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Thanks for you guys for an incredible platform. You guys are crushing it.
I appreciate you, man, and thank you for everything you do for us too.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
And
absolutely.
just wanted to give a shout out to all the teams that we have at Blast.
Yeah,
Camp,
that's our
the
fault too.
Riot,
Yeah, feel
BC
free to.
Boys, Rotten Kids, everybody that ends up working together so that we have a lot of strong programs at Blast Camp, and just go from there. And thank you again, guys, for having me on, and Ronnie, of course, for your time and energy and putting up with us. So we definitely appreciate that.
It's our
Hell
pleasure,
yeah,
my man.
brother.
Dude, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. And with that being said, we'll catch you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Later, guys.